Hi, it's the 8th of November. This is Lou, and actually Mary Lou. I just always went by Lou until I hit Texas, and then that changed. I introduced myself as Mary Lou, and it stuck. Everybody just called me Mary Lou, and I didn't stop them. So then later in life, I came up to Washington, and everybody's calling me Lou. I'm going, wow. Because it had been many years since I had been called Lou. Plus, you come to where your family and your friends are, and that's how they know you. Okay, so for my brother and his lovely children called me Lulu. Okay, and a long time ago I did not like that, but I don't care anymore. Lulu's fine. It's a term of endearment, right? It's something that they know they like, and they just still call me that. I'm never around to see them, but when I am, Lulu. Then yeah, like I said, there's other names. Luscious Lou, that's a good one. um, Not Lucifer. That's not a good one, okay? But there was a time when some people thought that was cool and they would call me that. But I got a feeling, I got an inkling that in the future I'll go by Mary. And I'll be called Mary by someone that I will enjoy that. So it'll be okay. Mother was Mary, dad was Lou, or Lewis. And so being their firstborn and also being in the country where Mary Lou was a very popular name, I was the firstborn. And that was my name, Mary Lou. Combination of the two. I think that's really great. So, mom and dad loved each other, and they started out young in life, and they did join the church and were strong converts, okay? They were always there, which meant their children were always there, okay? So I've got a great foundation of knowledge and experience for this church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter Day Saints. You know, the saints they're talking about are members of the church. When you become baptized, you become a member of the church. You also have the laying on of hands and the gift of the Holy Ghost. Pretty special, people. Really. And you people out there, no matter how bad your sins are, if you really want to join with God, you can. You don't have to cower down and say you're not worthy. And some people would not even say that at all because they wouldn't dare let everybody know they're into Jesus. I'm into Jesus big time, and so are the members of his church, the Church of Jesus Christ. And by becoming a member, you are considered a saint. Not like these saints that they've got up there that I think they worship. You don't worship saints, okay? You worship God. You worship Jesus Christ, the one who gave his life for you so that you could be forgiven of your sins. And some people have massive sins. And there's no way, unless Jesus had made that sacrifice, there's no way you could be forgiven. But there is a way, okay? Believe in Jesus Christ. Talk to him. And when you say your prayers, you're talking to your Father in heaven. And I had a problem with that. I couldn't figure out who was who. Because we have a Father and a Mother of our spirit. We were born in a pre-existence in a spirit form, which has an essence. I know that. It's more than just, smoke. There's an essence to that body, some type of material it's made of, but it's not the type that we have. But we had that type because we were the spirit children of mother and father. Okay? Jesus Christ was the firstborn spirit child of our heavenly parents. Not our parents that have been here and died and gone on. Not those people. Your pre-existence was with your father and mother in heaven. And with all of us. The concourses of angels. No, we're not necessarily angels, but we'll say this. Like they said, the host of heaven. 1/3 of the host of heaven went with Lucifer, the son of the morning. Someone with such a beautiful voice, but I know he was needed. So I'm just not worrying about that, okay? But it was necessary. He was necessary. Even though he chose wrong, in the background there is that we needed opposition. To go through the test here, we needed opposition in all things so that we can make choices and then grow by suffering the consequences of those choices. We make choices and they're good choices, and we wouldn't say suffer, but you're still going to have that come back to you. That which you did good will have its own reward for you. But that which you did evil is going to give you back what you gave out. So you choose, you pick and choose. What do you want to suffer with? The love of God or the wrath of God? Okay? So first there comes believing in God. So I just want you guys to know, the higher power, that's God. The great Jehovah is Jesus Christ. Put that in your little brain and hold on to it. And then realize that all of us that chose to come to earth, we chose to come to earth and fight off the carnal nature of man. That is what we're supposed to do. But some people just get all caught up in the carnal nature of man, don't they? Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. I've been there. But it was never great, okay? There's a thing. Okay. When I get messages and I'm on here videoing, it shows up. People are sweet. I'm sweet and I'm mean, okay? I'm everything. And a lot of it depends on how you treat me as to how I treat you. That's that karma thing. And it's also the law of nature. What you send out, you are going to get back. And sometimes you get it back immediately. All I know is I have tried to do good, so I'm not afraid of my karma. But I have done bad. I have been caught up in temptation. But I have not gone out there to intentionally hurt anybody. Not intentionally. But I have hurt a few people. And I've been hurt by a few people. That was a nice message. I saw it. But I do have someone I love. So we'll see how that goes. When my dad would say, first your money and then your clothes. But he's talking about paying debts, paying bills. Hopefully we get to a place where we don't have to pay bills anymore. But of course that won't be here on earth. Well, maybe it will. Because there's supposed to come a time, and maybe it's in the millennium, I don't know, but there won't be poor. There won't be rich. We'll all share things in common. I think it is the millennium they're talking about because I flit around with all the different things that I know. And these are theories. Added upon, there's a book called Added Upon, it is not in print anymore, but you can still probably try to find it. I gave it to Carly. I don't think she's ever read it. And the thing is, my grandma Smith gave it to me. So, and I've never read it. I've read parts of it. So I need to read it. But I bet I could get it on here. Maybe I could get it on here to read it. I don't know how long ago that one was written either. But the theory, added upon, okay? I'll try to give you the gist of it. And part of it I just told you is we lived in heaven with our father and mother and our brothers and sisters. And we grew up and we did things. We learned things. And I don't think we were a puff of smoke. So I got a feeling we kind of look like this. I don't know. I don't understand how that works with the physical DNA and your gene pool and all that stuff. How can it make you like you were before? I would think that would be impossible. So that theory is out there. But the point is, okay, back to the book. We had our life in the pre-existence. And then we came down here, okay? And then this book starts at the pre-existence with these certain people that are fixing to come down to earth. And I think they might have made promises to be with each other or hope to be with each other or whatever. So that's the first existence, okay? And then the added upon is coming here. We come here and we go through all this stuff, starting as a baby. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've got memories back to when I was just a year old. I do. I really do. Because my dad confirmed it. I have a memory in my head, and my mother kind of made out like I was crazy or something. So I was trying to find out what the deal was, you know. And I know I'm getting straight off of my added upon. Okay, maybe I should not do that. I gotta hurry because I won't remember. But this memory that I do have from when I was really young, it really happened. And Dad confirmed it. And the way he confirmed it was there was a news story on TV. And it was talking about Newbern, North Carolina, and the hurricanes that hit there. There were two. And so there was a documentary on that. And Dad's going, yeah, that was us. And I'm going, so I told him about my memory, which is we were on the second floor. And there's a stair railing all the way around on the second floor. You could look down in and see the living area, foyer, whatever. I don't know how they had a door big enough for a boat to come in, but I was upstairs, and I had to have been looking through the railing, okay, because I don't think I would have been tall enough to be looking over it. But the point was, on the first floor, we were covered in water. I don't know how far up the wall the water went. But there was a boat in our living room. And what he was doing was asking us if we wanted to stay or if we wanted to leave with him. And I believe Dad had us stay. I don't know if that was such a really good idea, but anyway, I think that's what he did. But the point was, when he said all that, you know, we had years, and thanks to cross-reference and stuff, so that put me down to a toddler. Might not have even been a year old. But I have that memory. And I have some other memories from around the same time. I need to write those down. Okay, so I was talking about karma. And added upon, that's what it was, added upon. So, we came down to earth, and through processes, hopefully, we found each other. But that would be the added upon. And then when you go to the millennium, you're going to be added upon again. In other words, we're growing, okay? I think I just had this popsicle go into my head, or maybe it was a corn dog. That's a weird analogy. But you know, when you're dipping it into you dip it in, and then it solidifies a little bit, and then you dip it again. And so you're adding on to it, and you're dipping it again, and you're adding on to it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? We as people are being added upon. Okay, and that book was just a theory type thing because we don't have point blank proof. We have people who are very in tune with God, and we have the mouthpiece of God, and we have books that tell us a lot of things, and we have the scriptures that tell you a lot of things. So we're going to be moving into the millennium. If we don't die first before Jesus comes, we will be quickened and we will go right into the millennium. We will still be living here on earth. But the earth is going to go through a big change. The land is supposed to gather all together, and the water separated from each other, and the land is going to be flat. There's not going to be mountains. So when Jesus comes again, the way I was told, the way I remember, is those of us who are righteous and still alive will come to be lifted up and go with him. And we're going to see the destruction below. So we're not going to have to go through all that major upheaval when the earth is changing. We'll be up there with him looking down. And then that's going to be the beginning of the millennium. I don't know. There's going to be great organizing there too. There's so much that has to be done. And the Church of Jesus Christ is the building up of his kingdom and gathering in those people who want to be gathered in. So don't do yourself a disservice by saying no, slamming that door in someone's face. Don't be afraid. Maybe you might find, and I know you will if you endeavor, you'll find what you've been looking for. And you'll find out, oh, that's who I am. Oh, where am I going to? Well, you'll find that out too. If you endeavor. Meaning, first, want. Want to know. Read with the intent of learning something. Just let it come in. And I promise you, there's nothing there that's going to hurt you. The only thing that hurts really bad is to know the truth and marry somebody who doesn't. That is a big deal. So you need to marry someone who's similar to you and maybe have a really good foundation in the church. You know, even those inactive members, which I have been for a long time and still am, we're still members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints if we have not been excommunicated. And even when you're excommunicated, there is a way back. But basically, you've got to perform fruit meats for your repentance. Now, I pulled those words together. You know, they talk about deathbed repentance. Well, you can't wait until you're on your deathbed. Because like the other thing says, you know, there comes a time when you can't do anything because you're dead. So if you were to want to be doing fruit meats for repentance, if you felt your sins were so grievous, you might want to do a lot of good deeds. You might want to volunteer to help others. The church has got so many things going on that you could partake of. In other words, you could be a part of helping someone. There's a never end to what you could do. And the church, the organization, I said it that way the other day. I left something out. Organization. This church is so well organized. And it is the same everywhere you go. We're teaching the same classes out of the same manuals. All things going on with the priesthood is spread out to all the boys. All the male members of the church are in the priesthood after 12. After they're 12 years old, they become, well, at first they become a deacon. And I'm not sure if I named those all off right the other day, because there's a deacon and there's a priest and there's an elder and then there's a high priest, and I do not know. They've changed some of the names now, but I think that's about the list of it. And my dad is a high priest. I don't know if he went to any other levels, but at one time he was a branch president. That's when I was in the 8th grade. And then he was also a bishop. He did really good. He just didn't get to stay very long because they moved because of work. But anyway, he was given those 2 opportunities to grow. Because when you have that much responsibility, it's important what you do with it and how much you help the people. It's not about you being up there all cocky. It's how much can you help all these people. And a bishop basically is a father of the ward, which can be 1,000 people. And he has to have help. He's got counselors. And then there's the stake, and they come I think they come once a month. I'm not really sure. Someone in the stake high council comes to these different wards and talks. But nevertheless, the point is, no matter where you go, if you're in Germany or Japan or Australia or anywhere you go to church, you are on the same book, you are on the same class. I mean, they might present the class a little bit different, but the goal, the theme of the class is the same. And everybody is equal. Doesn't matter if you're a lawyer or if you're a corporate person who owns this and that. It does not matter in the sight of God. We are all brothers and sisters, okay? You poor schmuck out there who slept in the gutter, we don't want you to do that. Find your way. Find your way to the church today. Do not delay. I'm hoping and praying that I'm going to be here a while. I think I am going to be here a while, and I'm excited. So I've got to figure out that. What am I going to do with myself? Well, I decided if I don't sell my house, I'm going to go live in it. And I'm going to fix it up while I'm living in it. But if I'm alone, if I don't have a male or a female companion, that's different. Because I'm definitely not gay. I can definitely see a lot of sides to all kinds of stories, people. But you should be true to yourself. And when you're true to yourself and you find out, like I'm just telling you about Added Upon, okay? You come down here and you have no memory of your past, but you had a past. And you developed many talents and friendships. But anyway, in the goal of things, we're going to leave here, but we're not leaving here. Just we'll leave here long enough for all that destruction to happen. I don't know how that's all going to work. But when the millennium starts, it'll be here on this earth. But it'll be after she's gone through a change. Mother Earth. She is so great. I wrote a paper about her. Not sure the name of it. But it talks about the fact that we take poisons into our body on purpose. And I said it's a shame that we must destroy her too. All this waste, this toxic waste going into our Mother Earth. And then it gets all blended together with everything, and then it gets to feed us all this toxic waste. And you know, things like things that are moisture, they have their cycle where they, what do they do? The wet becomes a vapor, and the vapor goes up, and then becomes a cloud, and then it's rained down, and it's back right here with us. I didn't say it very well, but I think you know what I meant. We need to protect our mother. Our mother who needs to give us good things, but you guys are making it a little bit hard. Just a thought to think about. Any of you guys that are out there in some kind of influential role where you can do something about things, there's a lot of things that need taken care of. And they make everything so damn complicated. But anyway, people, I wanted to show you how I looked after I had my shower, okay? I'm not all greasy and got little teeny strips of oily hair. And I should make it where you can see me better, but that's hard to do. Thinking about cutting part of my hair off. Just at the bottom, because there's about this much that's all ragged. So I think there's about 3 inches. And it'll make my hair thicker down at the bottom anyway. I'm going to do a lot of things, hopefully, that are going to be good for me. Number 1, I have not been doing my smoothies. I mean, after my blood sugar was so high, I freaked out. Because I don't want high blood sugar, because cancer loves that. So I have to watch that. Okay, so a lot of people have cancer, and I can only speak for myself, okay? But what I will do, what I need to do is, nutrition is very important. Food is medicine, okay? And that's what we need to do. I'm going to go back to my smoothies, but I might feel a little bit different about what I put in it. I will still do the walnuts because they're really good for you. And you don't have to have as many as I'm going to do. I mean, if you have a smoothie in the morning and a smoothie at night, and then a meal during the day, you're okay. The Slim Fast, my naturopath said, no, it's too sweet. I'm going, I don't know about that. So anyway, I just know that I get sick when I get hungry. And I did notice that when I took Slim Fast, I did not get hungry as fast. I could go all morning without being hungry. Whereas I tried a replacement shake when I ran out of my Slim Fast, I tried a different one. And oh my God, it wouldn't take very long and I was starving. So there is a difference. There's something in Slim Fast that will help you not be hungry. In my situation, that's a good thing. It is good to get hungry so you know that you need to go eat. But you don't want to get sick every time you turn around because you didn't eat. Years ago, I found that you look back and you can find what you see. You know, you can see things. Hindsight's 20/20. But I know from past experience that I would get sick. Every 2 hours if I didn't eat, I would get sick. And I'm talking nausea and all kinds of bad things and headaches and you can't even function when you're like that. My first husband probably had his full share of not liking. In other words, I went to work in a factory that I was allergic to the glue. I didn't find it out. I worked there 5 years, and when I quit, then that allergy went away. But it was horrid. I mean, my nose would run really bad, and I'd sneeze, and I'd blow my nose, and I'd still have more. It was horrid, okay? Not something that you want to live with. So if that's going on with you, then find out what you're allergic to, because that's what's going on, is you're allergic. wasn't just allergic to my husband. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm just glad it's gone. I'm glad all that time is gone. And I don't usually even think about it, but when I do get upset. I mean, there are certain things you can talk about the past, and I will become an unglued. Okay, so we don't want to do that. I told somebody he's got a tiger by the tail, man. You don't even know. You better be nice and kind to me. Love, love is the only thing that works. True love works at holding you together, because then you treat your person a lot better. You know what I'm saying? I think you do. Okay, that's enough of all that. It's been a great morning. I don't know what time it is, but I need to go get some food in me, just like what I was talking about, because I've gotten back to that. I've gotten back. I can, sometimes anyway, my hunger can just go away, and I don't care about eating. And I've not got myself in a regimen to where I am eating. And some of these, well, my sister Teresa did that fasting deal. And so I think, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that she goes 18 hours without food and then eats the other 6. Would that be 6? 18 and 6 be 24? Yeah. Okay, so she can eat 6 hours a day. And I think that's even more than, but they call it, what is it? I want to say alternate fasting, but I don't really know about that. But the point is, there's a way to make your body work on the fat instead of just the sugar in your veins or whatever. So the part about going without food for a certain period of time is good for fighting cancer, good for fighting diabetes. However, you do need to eat a balanced diet, and I'm sure that is correct. So I don't know if it has to be in the one meal, but within that 6 hours maybe. But we have things we need, and one is vegetables, and maybe another one is meat. But we need to pay attention to how that meat was raised. Was it raised in a feedlot and got chemicals in it and all that stuff? Or was it raised out on the farm where it just got good stuff, like mine? Anyway, we'll get off of that, because I can get really mad about that too. I can get mad about a lot of things. It doesn't really do any good. Except for that, I might can share some with you guys to stop you from doing that. I've been definitely foolish in my choices, and how I spent money, and how I let someone railroad me, tell me what to do. I should have not done that. Anyway, you definitely need the right partner. So in the first place, stay away from the wrong ones. You know, don't go out and just meet people, and then all of a sudden you're latched onto somebody and you're not letting go, and then they're making your life miserable. Not cool. Okay, I do need to eat. I am getting sick. I've tried to share a few things with you. I think Zumba is going to be good. You just have to make yourself do it. And I'm not real good at that. But I can walk in place, and I can do some simple exercises to music. And it's burning calories. It's stimulating your blood system and your heart, and all kinds of stuff's going on. So I think that's important. The first time I saw one of her videos, it was a 10-minute one. I need to put them all on. I have subscribed to her, And then I just need to save all of her videos that I like. But a 10-minute one is, it's more than 10 minutes when you take the effect, because you are moving. You're not just walking, you're not running, but you're moving, and you're moving your body at the same time, and it's a good thing. So I'm excited about that. My body's still definitely not in great shape, but I'm better than I was. I'm better than I was when I was 63, okay? And I'm 70. Just my legs are weak, and my muscles. So you got your leg, but inside there's all these muscles and tendons and bones, and so when I try to do these things, I don't get very far, and then I'm feeling the pain. So it's good if you can feel the pain, because it tells you something's going on. But I don't know how long I can go with it. But until I can do better, I will just do a bunch of little ones and let that work, because it does create memory. Your body, your flesh, your muscles, whatever, sounds like it has memories, because you go and you do it, and it's hard to do, but you keep on doing it, and then after a while it's not so hard to do, okay? Then you can go a little further. Don't wear yourself out, but do yourself some good. That's what I gotta say. Anyway, people, I know I spend way too much time on here, but God told me to do it. Like they said, the devil made me do it. Well, God, he didn't make me, but he offered his help in so many ways. And I do need to take and make topics on the index card. There's things that I told you guys, but I haven't told you enough. Miracles that happened to me, bad things that happened to me. I don't think I want to tell you that stuff. But I do know what a lot of people are going through. And maybe you could benefit from somebody else's story instead of going and doing it yourself. Stay away. Stay away from that which you know to stay away from. You know. You know what you are doing. Now sometimes, a lot of times, you are just having fun and you're just associating, and then the party goes on. When the bar closes, everybody wants to go somewhere else because they're still partying. Well, then you go to somewhere else and there's bad things happening there. And sometimes you can get caught right up into it without even have intended to. Don't let your peers pressure you into anything. And those of you who were brought up in the church, So do what it is you know. Get away. Okay? Especially after you've been out partying and stuff. You don't need to go to an after-hours party. You need to go home, go to bed. You need to have a safe ride to go home and go to bed. Or you can go home and have people come to your house, but make sure that if you have children, that your children are safe if they're in the house. So I'll quit giving you so much free advice. I can't help myself, it would seem. I have not eaten today. I had coffee. And see, they say coffee is good for fighting cancer, but not the milk you put in it. And the tea, same thing. So I've got to find the coconut milk, okay? But you want to get away from dairy as far as for your... William Lee, I believe, is the one who said it, that, when you put dairy as a creamer, the coffee that was going to be good to you, or the tea that was going to be good to you, gets all caught up in these little bubbles, which protects your body from the coffee. And so if the coffee was going to help you, it's not. Understand? I probably said that a little backwards, but I think I still got the meaning there. The bubbles, the dairy bubbles, will protect you from the coffee. But if the coffee is what you're trying to get because it kills cancer, get rid of the dairy bubbles. And maybe the coconut creamer would be better. Coconut milk. Because it says if you have coconut milk, okay, maybe I won't say what it says because I might be lying. Coconut milk is not supposed to put the bubbles around the coffee. The things that are in the coffee that's going to help you will still be able to help you, is the deal. Oh, and the coconut milk. I want to say has a different makeup, just like before what I just said. It's so for it helps you. It's putting those MCTs in you, which will help your body burn fat instead of going after the sugar. So if your motivation is you want to lose weight, and I do, so I need to do that, I'm going to start having MCTs in my coffee. I don't know if it turns like creamer, but these MCTs, it's not only coconut oil, but the coconut oil that does not go solid has had the high fat out of it. So it's just got 2 chains instead of 3. And I'm probably not saying it very well, but the point is, I think in the keto diets, and I don't know much about that, the point is we want to get our body burning fat so we don't have fat storing up everywhere. Okay? So you have your different things that your different goals. One is you don't want sugar in your system because of diabetes. And maybe it's not even, they're saying it could be something different. I don't know how to go about that. But anyway, find the foods that kill the cancer and don't kill you. You know, like chemotherapy and radiation. It's killing you. So it's counterproductive if you ask me. And after listening to Barbara O'Neill and Dr. William Lee, there's lots, and other people too, but there's lots of foods that fight cancer without killing you. So in your regimen of things, think of your food as part of your medicine and don't sit there and say, well, I can't afford it. Make yourself afford what you need, even if the rest of the family is not eating it, because it can be expensive. Fruits and vegetables. Lots of fruits and vegetables. And like with me and no teeth, you know, I got to have it not be stiff. You know, like broccoli. I love broccoli. Well, it's got to be a little bit soft. I love all that stuff, so I'm lucky in that way. The smoothie. If you're going to put vegetables in your smoothie, it should be, and I want to say the word carnivorous. I don't know what that word is, but the point is leafy greens. You get the leafy greens and you can put that in your smoothie and you won't even notice it. Okay, so like spinach, kale, bok choy, celery. Celery is pretty good in a smoothie, really. I put an apple in, celery and apple, and started trying to, you know, when you do vegetables, it might not taste so good, so you add a little of each. You add a little apple, and that'll give it some sweetness. I'm not into bananas. Dad was. So, I mean, when I was making smoothies, Dad would like a peanut butter banana smoothie. He loved it, and it did taste good. I would love it too. Bananas are good for you, but then they have, it just, like I said, it depends on your battle. If you're having a problem with sugar, but see, if you have the banana and you add some vegetables in with it, that might help a lot, because just like the balanced meal, you need a balance of each thing, and I have a feeling it means at the same time. So when I was doing my smoothies, I still wasn't doing it the best because I had a smaller container. I really like making the personal size, but I want a 32 ounce because then you have more room to put stuff in there. And if you're eating things that are good for you, then you know the more the merrier. So that's what I need to do. There's a lot of things. Cabbage is really good for you too. But I haven't put cabbage in my smoothie. Might be okay. But I am intending to do strawberries, blueberries, walnuts, flaxseed. I'm not sure if there's another seed. I mean, there's chia seeds. Chia seeds are supposed to be full of protein, and I don't know if flaxseed is, but I've heard it that it helps kill cancer. And my naturopath said to put your flaxseed in the freezer. Always keep it in the freezer, and then you pull it out and take some out for your smoothie and then put it back. So I did once get a thing full of spinach. Spinach is so expensive, and so I would find myself not using it. So you spend the money and there it is, and it goes bad, you don't use it. That doesn't do you any good. But I did start using the spinach in my smoothies, and I couldn't tell it was there, and that's really good for you, the spinach. I've watched other people make smoothies back in the day when I was researching for my baby. In other words, my Carly got cancer, so I started doing a whole lot of research back then. And I saw that they used bok choy a lot in the smoothies. And I've never really tasted it. I don't know what it tastes like or anything. But you just want substance, right? So you put some sweet stuff in there, like the strawberries and the blueberries, and you put the walnuts in. They're kind of bitter, but they're a meat. They're the meat of the tree, the fruit. And they're supposed to fight cancer. The berries that I told you about are supposed to fight cancer. And I would imagine all the vegetables that you use. Now, I tried using frozen broccoli or frozen cauliflower or frozen something, in my smoothies. No, that wasn't good. And she had told me, my naturopath had told me to steam them, get them at least not raw, but not totally cooked, so that they would blend up better, because they definitely didn't. I thought, I'll just put frozen vegetables in my smoothie. That did not work. Anyway, people, I do need to get busy. I'm feeling pretty good, really. When you don't know what's going on and you get a little unstable, you get a little nervous, and I haven't been feeling so great. But I'm feeling better. I'm feeling much better. So we'll just see what happens. And I feel like it's not too late. Yeah, that probably rhymed with something I was saying. But seriously, it does change your outlook if you think you might have some time left, or if you don't. Please take care. Please. No, I'm telling you, I tell you these things because I know. And it's not necessarily that I am being a real staunch religious person. Definitely not holier than thou. I've been on both sides of the street. And I've been in a lot of places that weren't too neat. That's a rhyme, I couldn't help it. So don't go by my actions as to what you should do. We're all at different levels. And those of you that are newbies, you need to get with the church. I need to hold on to the rod. I need to hold on a lot stronger. And I stay away from church sometimes to not be harmful to other people's minds. I don't know how to explain what I just said, but I'm different. I'm different than everybody. And I have different opinions and feelings about things, and sometimes people get upset with me. And sometimes I just cannot help what I'm saying, okay? And sometimes when you're in a Sunday school class and it's a conversation going on between all of you sometimes, and then I lose my train of thought. So if I don't get out there and say it, it's gone. And it'll come back around sometime, but will I still be there? I might be gone. But so sometimes I blurt out things because I know if I don't, it'll be lost. And I have had some guys of the priesthood in the same class who said, she's right. She's right. Because I brought up something that people didn't see. And only certain ones knew. So that made me feel good. You know I add a lot, but then again, sometimes I might cause a problem. I don't know how to exactly explain that. But like the members of the church or families, they have their little children there, and they have their children as they're growing up into different levels, and sometimes you just don't tell people things until they're ready. So I guess that's okay, because if they're not ready, they're not going to understand it. But there's a lot to learn, you people. Don't delay. I'm serious. Take care of yourself, because your eternal salvation is at stake. Okay? That makes it pretty out there. Pretty big. Serious biz. If you are heir to the throne, don't you think you need to do some stuff to learn to be able to do that? They don't just give that to everybody. But we all have the opportunity. So, I would say, keep a hold to me. I don't know what my future is going to bring. And I might just get so totally busy I won't be taking care of this channel. Just keep my YouTube channel and you can leave messages, and right now I'm getting them, and I would think anytime I will get them unless something major happens that we don't have the internet anymore. So, myself, in my own head, I'm telling you people, and I don't know how you do it. I need to find someone else's device that is a subscriber and get on their phone and find out, can you go back to the very beginning? You've got me. Can't you go back to the very beginning? And then it should have a red line that goes across when you've seen it. So there's a red line already drawn across there. So you can tell you don't need to watch it again unless you want to. And then you could go down and down and down and down. There's 750 some odd videos right now. I think that's quite a few. And I have a feeling they're counting my shorts. And those shorts are little things. And they're out of the big videos. So, I mean, as you're going along, you could just do videos and not the shorts. Or you could just do the shorts. Because what I did was, there were good moments in my videos. So I found out how to make a short. I can pull a little segment out and make a short. But it's still got the same things as in my videos, okay? But I had a friend tell me that if I would, have some things that were small, then she could share those and feel good about it. My stuff is good, but I am long-winded. And yes, I'm prejudiced. I'm telling you, my stuff is good, okay? I'm here for you as far as teaching you about what I know. And I don't know everything, but I do know a lot. And what I do know is I gotta go eat. But My hair does feel really soft. Of course, I used my cream rinse too. But anyway, not bad. You guys take care. I'll be back. Because really what I need to do is go out and walk too. But I gotta go eat first before I do anything. So, take care, people. Know that your life has a major purpose, and don't be wasting your time. And I'm serious. Find the church. Find the Church of Jesus Christ. Come into the fold. Help build up help build up his kingdom. And you'll have blessings. I had something neat in there in my head, but now it's gone. But the amount, you will not even imagine, you can't imagine coming out of dark. Maybe you can. Some of you have experienced it. Coming out of darkness and coming into the light. And then the light being so bright. You will need shades. Things are going to be good, but things are going to be bad. And we were, those who are living on this earth right now are some of the most choice spirits of God. The best was saved for last. And we are in the last days. So pick yourself up, dust yourself off, look in that mirror. If your face is dirty, wash it. But look in that mirror and know that you are a child of God with great worth. Worlds without number have I created, he said. What exactly did he mean? But see, you can have basically your own world. If you can have some control of what's coming in and staying and stuff with your life. Say your house, if you have a house, say your house is your world. And then all these places where you go and interact with people, those are part of your world. They're extensions. But what you live in and how you feel, negative or positive, and if you stay alone and you're depressed, or if you get out there and you go try to help somebody and it lightens your load, you help them and it helps you too. So, I've said plenty more than I should have. We're at 57 minutes and 59 seconds. Okay. I know. A lot of my videos do turn out with a 333, and I didn't try to make it that way. But I have started trying to make things that way. Let's see, this is, am I doing this now? I am. Okay, so why can't I see the time frame? There it is. Okay. I get lost in my own little world. Try to control your world. Try to make it really nice. And I've got to go. Bye-bye.